Hello and once again welcome back to American Truck Simulator and Heavy Haul with me more and Tail Chase. We are still driving this wind turbine blade, third part. Trailer damage? Okay, and you know I can't see the trailer, you know? At least it was no load damage. Are you gonna... So I just finished that I was gonna leave what I was doing in Dallas. I'm gonna leave Dallas in a rush. So my next stop is New Orleans. Trailer damage. Oh, okay, trailer damage. What the hell? How do you expect me to go through that corner like that? What the? Yeah, that was like... I can't see the end. I would need more lights at the end of the trailer so I can see the actual trailer. Well, it's just trailer damage. As long as the load is unhurt, I don't care. So I started driving from Dallas in there. I had a pretty eventful trip until I get into Louisiana. And this is when you get into Louisiana. Louisiana is basically a swamp. The whole state is basically a one big swamp. So the highway, it's going on pillars over the swamp. So you're basically driving on this huge bridge that just goes on and on and on and on and when you're looking down to the sides, there are just water, a swamp. Which is kind of... And then have these small communities lying on the side on the few like solid pieces of land. And after a while I started to get hungry, so I see like and I need fuel as well, so I go over to see a gas station and I turn off and I go into the gas station. And when I get into the gas station, if you ever have a mental picture of how people in like the South look, this very typical stereotypical people in the South, that's what I saw in that gas station. There was a guy sitting with his feet up on the counter in a this I don't know what they're called, the pants, like a onesie pants with like made of jeans, and with no shirt under, and looking very suspiciously at me when I walk in. I walk in, I have like jeans and a t-shirt, looking pretty normal, I think. And there's a woman sitting on the counter looking at me with the same look, and another guy sitting away a bit, right? And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna fill up some gas. I'm like, excuse me? I'm just gonna... for like $40 or something like that. So it's like this weird, he just mumbles, not really talking. And the woman, she's sitting there looking at me all the time. And I go out and I fill up the gas, and then I walk in again. You have to like register how much you filled up with. So I ask if there's anywhere near where you can eat, and he just looks at me. He doesn't answer, and I'm like, and then he gets this look in his eye, and he looks slightly up to his right, and I follow his gaze. The shotgun on the wall. I'm like, I didn't say anything, but my thought was like, I'm asking you if there's somewhere to eat, and you're threatening me with a shotgun? So I just turn around and I walk out. Uh, and I continue. Oh, you were again. Okay, hello, smile. You don't have any. You're not gonna. You're gonna eat soon. Yes, smile. Yes, yes, yes. So, why do you keep breaking? There's something ahead of that. It keeps breaking. I hate this. And I really don't see any place where I can eat. The only thing I see is more like gas stations, and I'm like, oh, after that experience and that gas station, I don't want to encounter anymore. So I just sit there and I drive all the way into New Orleans. So once I get to New Orleans, I feel like my stomach is literally turning itself inside out. I ate breakfast, but I haven't eaten anything else than that for 10 hours. So I'm really hungry. 10, 11 hours, something like that. So I'll go and I booked a hotel in the French Quarter, which is really cool. And I go in. It's like this older building. It's really quaint. I check in. It's really nice. This person was amazingly nice. And I ask if there's like a place to eat. And she said, yeah, there is a place, a little bit expensive, but not that much, like normal price. And they have a really good gumbo. I'm like, oh, cool. I wanted to taste gumbo. So I walk a couple of blocks away from the hotel after I left my bag. And I walk into this place, a pretty small place, and they welcome me, really nice. And apparently they didn't have gumbo as an entree, as a main course, but only as entrees. So I take a bowl of gumbo as an entree and some duck breast for main course. And both were, oh, they were so good. Maybe it's because I was really hungry, but I think they were pretty good. And the gumbo, first time I ever eaten that, it was amazing. And after eating there, I walk back to the hotel. I'm staying at the top floor, and in this old building. So I have this room where the roofs slope. So it's like a really quaint room. Hayes is apparently where I am now. Okay. Discovered it. That's nice. Now, so walk. It's gotten pretty late, but I just feel like it's New Orleans. I want to go out, and I start walking around, and I see there's a jazz place, so I go in and I listen to some music. It's really cool. And before I know it, I look at the time, and it is like 2:30 in the morning. Like, maybe I should go to bed now. So I walk back to the hotel, and it's still manned. There's still a person there. And I walk in and I see that on the wall, it's like the wall is almost like it's two different colors. I thought it repaint or something like that. And I asked why it looked like that, and she said, "Oh, yeah, that is where the water was when Katrina, the hurricane." Okay, so the water in the main lobby had been to almost a meter high in their lobby. Like, okay. And they said, yeah, we were very lucky that the levees didn't break. I'm like, what? The levees didn't break here? You still have 1 meter of water? So that was, yeah, I said, yeah, if the levees had broken here, we would probably have 3 or 4 meters. Okay. So I go to bed, and then and the next day I walk like downtown, and I booked a trip on the Nutches, the steamboat, the steam paddle boat. Um, but that was a little bit later in the evening, and it was like maybe I think it was 3 or 4 o'clock, something like that. So I go and I take a ride with one of the tram lines. It's pretty cool. And I thought that okay, I still have time, so I took the train ride with the other tram line. And you had a choice of eating on the boat, but I didn't take that one. So I go on the boat and I sit and wait for the boat to go. All of a sudden, you hear this almost like an organ. I start playing this. But he's playing it on an organ powered by the steam from the steamship. So the actual organ is situated on top, below the chimneys on the steamer. So that was really cool. Yes, Smile, I hear you, but you're gonna have to wait until I'm finished here. Yes, meow meow. I don't think you can hear her. She'll probably come here soon. And I did the trip there, and I I go in and like check the engine room, and it was also cool when they go. There was a couple of low bridges, so when they go under it, they like flip the chimneys down so they lie flat, so they can go under lower bridges. And they have this like a tour guide. He starts talking about a lot of stuff, the history of New Orleans, and also talking about the things that happened during Katrina. And we passed that the lower third ward or something like that, one of the areas that was completely destroyed by Katrina. And and we come back, and I get off the boat, and I go and check for food because it was getting time for dinner. And I look for like places that sell gumbo. I wanted to eat gumbo again. And there was a place called Gumbo House. Apparently one of the more famous. There are lots of famous gumbo places, but I go there. And why do you brake? I hate it when you brake. Just keep driving the same speed. I have a big load. You moronic trucker. And this. I ordered 2 different gumbos. One is entrees and one is main. And I see that on a stand where there is like cookbooks with like this Creole cuisine. I think a lot of recipes for gambos and jambalaya and all other cool things. And I said that what are those books? And there's recipe books that for sale. Like, oh cool, I'm gonna get one. And it asked me if I want to just put it on the bill for them. I said, yeah, they can do that. And the waiter asking me where I'm from, if I'm just visiting, and yes, yeah, and I'm from Sweden. And after a while, and she walks away, and after a while she comes back and says that I wonder if she can take the book. And I go, okay, why? And she walks away with the book. And after a while, the man comes out with the book and gives it to me and said that, yeah, I heard you were from Sweden and you're visiting here. It's really nice to have you. I hope you really enjoyed the meal. Yes, yeah, I'm the one who wrote this book. So I signed it for you. I was like, oh, cool. So I don't know, he could have maybe done it for everybody, but the fact that he signed it with like to me from and with love from Louisiana to Sweden, something like that. So it was really cool. And Oh yeah. Smile. No, smile. Ah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Smile. Yo, your tail. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I completely forgot. The place where I had lunch. No, the gumbo there was like a late lunch, but then in the evening maybe I went out again searching for some fun places. So I come across a place. I go in there. Maybe the time is like 9 o'clock or something like that in the evening. They're playing some music, and I go sit at the bar. And it's like I want to eat something, and I see the bartender. Stands there, and I'm asking him if he has something to recommend. And like, yeah, we can do it. We can do like a little test because I heard from that I was not from New Orleans. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna bring you a plate of 4 different types of fried meat, and you're gonna if you guess all correct, you will get it for free. I'm like, oh, thank you, cool. So I go in there, and there's 4 pieces of fried meat. Um, so you have this bread and everything around, so you can't see what it is. And I take up the first one, and I try it, and yeah, this is chicken. That's easy. He said, yeah, yeah, that's chicken. And I take the next one, and I did try it, and yeah, that's beef from a cow. I was also correct. And I tried the third one, and I like, yeah, that's pig. And you're like, yeah, you're good at this, yeah, but you won't be able to get the next one. And my thought was like maybe lamb or something like that. But then somewhere in the back of my mind, I had this feeling that we are in New Orleans. There's probably something weird, and we haven't had any fish, so it's probably some kind of fish. Was my thought. And I tasted, and it tasted sort of like fish, but it didn't have the consistence of fish, like the texture of fish. And I was like, what? It had a texture of meat, but tasted a little bit like fish. And I sit there and I go, what can this be? And a thought just pops into my head: Louisiana, New Orleans, alligator. So I look at him and say, alligator? And he like, you nailed it. How did you guess that? I'm like, New Orleans, Louisiana, swamp, alligators. I just took a wild guess. And I told him that it tasted like a bit like fish, but had a texture of meat. So I got that one for free. Which was pretty nice of him, and I sat there talking to him a little bit. A really nice guy. And then I go into the back room, and there was a band playing, so I sat there and drank a little and listened to some music, like a nice evening. And then in the morning, I get my car. I actually had a valet service at the hotel, kind of cool. And I decided that I was gonna drive over this Lake Pontchartrain bridge, but that will be for the next episode. Actually, gonna be 4 episodes here. The next one will be no, just 1 hour and 48 minutes. 77. Oh no, it's two. No, we continue. It'll be a little bit of a longer episode, this one, but if I stop here, the next episode will be really short. You sure? 10 hours, 2 hours. Yeah, we'll continue. And So I drive over this, driving out of New Orleans and start driving over this Lake Pontchartrain bridge. And it doesn't take long for the fog to roll in. And I mean fog. You could... Whoa, what you... Ooh, that was really close. Why did you brake? You crazy follow car. You want me to crash into you. You really want that, don't you? That is your goal, to make me crash into you. That was close. I'm gonna use that as a thumbnail for this episode. Me almost hitting that truck, that follow car. So I start driving over it, and the fog gets really, really thick. You can barely see the water below the bridge. And the bridge isn't that tall, so... And after a while, they are repairing a piece of the bridge. So they have like shut down one of them, so you have to pass over and go over to the other one and drive for a while. What? What did... What? What?